Welcome to the second to last episode of Cornstalk Unmasked Season 2. Tonight we have the final two contestants in the competition going head to head. But before we get to those, we'll be unmasking Frog Queen. Let's see who's beneath the mask.
Mom, it's over. You can take it off.
It's over?
Uh-huh.
I can finally take it off. Oh, thank goodness, it is so hot. Oh, it's almost like being in a summer show at the tent in full costume. Hello, everyone. It's Amanda Bach. Thank you all so much for allowing me to be on this show, Cornstalk Unmasked Season 2. It has been so much fun. I hope all of you continue to donate to the theater, and I cannot wait to get back out on the stage at Cornstalk. Bye.
A huge thank you to Amanda for participating in Cornstalk Unmasked, and congratulations for making it to the final three. Tonight, Unicorn and Fairy will be sharing their theater journeys. First up, Unicorn.
I always grew up playing pretend and putting on shows for my family. Between the costumes my mom made me and all of the toys I had, I'm pretty sure I could put on a one-woman show of Aladdin, the Jungle Book, and the Little Mermaid. However, I didn't really get involved in community theater until I was much older. In grade school and high school, I performed in school plays which were actually mostly Shakespeare or Shakespeare-inspired. In college, the student organization I was involved with always put on elaborate shows which I often wrote or even starred in. Our next-door neighbors growing up were super involved in theater and got my whole family involved. Well, everyone except me. Even though my parents and siblings were all involved, I fought it quite a bit. I honestly felt like I wasn't nearly talented enough to put myself out there. But it was the summer after I graduated from college that I auditioned for my first community theater show, which was Hairspray at Cornstalk Theater. I even got called back for Tracy, no less, which gave me the confidence to keep auditioning. After making some new lifelong friends and seeing how much fun I had, I started auditioning for more and more shows. I've kind of lost count of how many I've been involved with now. I like to joke that my family is basically the Von Trapp family of Peoria because most of the time you can find us involved in the same shows. I got my first lead in Peoria in the 2015 production of Brigadoon at Cornstalk Theater. That's also the summer where I met my husband. I eventually got him on stage with me as well in a show called Billy Elliot, but now he mostly helps out with sets and behind-the-scenes stuff. I love being a member of the theater community, particularly Cornstalk, because I get to spend so much time with my family and friends, as well as give back to Peoria. I can't wait for the lights to go up at Cornstalk again.
If only I could make my father understand. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be so bad. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's-its and what's-its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be
you magical, magical unicorn, you. Loved, loved, loved your song. It was the perfect song for your voice, Joe. And I loved the wig. And I also loved that little bikini top on the unicorn this evening. It was a delight for my ears and my eyes. So it is definitely Joe Zook. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I hope someday I get to see you be your wonderful, magical Ariel self on stage.
All right, so Unicorn, I have absolutely no doubt in the world that you are Joe Zook based upon all of your clues, based upon your song choices, Ariel. Absolutely phenomenal job. I love the fact that you actually have a dingle hopper brush. Way to go. Kudos to you. That's amazing. Way to go, Joe.
Joe Zook. The unicorn is Joe Zook. You listen to the story, the song, the performance. It's the most Joe Zook thing that Joe Zook ever zooked. Seriously, look at my notes for this. All I wrote about this performance was Unicorn Joe Zook. You did an awesome job, and I'm so glad that you did this competition and that you made it this far, and I think this was a great way to show off everything that you did. The unicorn is Joe Zook.
Unicorn, fantastic performance. I'm with Chip. Everything about it is Joe Zook. Between talking about the costumes with your family and then singing Little Mermaid, I mean, I don't know. You may as well have had Sarah and Greg Bloom walk past the camera at some point. Fantastic performance. Love, love, love the performance. I don't think I've ever seen a Little Mermaid unicorn before, but it was fantastic. It was great. Wonderful job, Joe. So glad that you're doing this competition as well, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Our panel thought this person was beneath the mask. Who do you think it is? And now, Fairy.
Hi there. Thank you so much for continuing to tune in and vote and support Cornstalk. I quite literally cannot imagine my life without community theater in the Peoria area. I did my first show with CCT when I was in the 6th grade, and then I did my first show on a Cornstalk stage. Shortly after that, it was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And then I continued to do as many shows as humanly possible throughout school until I went and studied musical theater in college as well. Before the pandemic hit, I had spent less than a year in a big, beautiful city, working and living and doing theater, and I can't wait to go back as soon as it's safe.
Several hours late, the skyline's growing dim, while others deck the halls you dream of decking here. My choice in men has always been pathetic, I suppose. The guy who stole my credit cards, the guy who tried on my clothes, and so a row of self-help books line my bedroom shelf. But there's one rule those books forgot: you never fall in love with an elf. His endless talk of Christmas Town will test your every nerve. Still, he's kinda cute, I guess. Well, if you grade on a curve. And though you vowed you'd never sing, just look at yourself. You're halfway through a Christmas song called Never Fall in Love with an elf. The holidays will seem bittersweet while you're alone in bed. But how can one girl ever compete with a magic fat guy in a flying sled? Go ask 100 single girls from here sleepless nights. If you date a guy who has a thing for tights, oh, never fall in love. Never fall in love. Never fall in love with an elf. It's as clear as a jingle bell. If you are single, well, don't fall in love with an elf.
Very impressive video again, as always. The tech, the editing, you put, I think, this competition at like a higher level than it's been at any other point so far. Just the amount of work that you put into each and every video, and your mask and your performances. It was so great. Another song, I'm not a fan of Elf the musical, but you sounded lovely on the song, and you have so many different sounds and styles that you can do, and it's really awesome. I am a huge fan of yours. I have no reason to think that it's not Emily Hardesty still, so, but I also didn't get any clues indicating to me that it was so obviously her. I'll just stick with it, and I'll say that the fairy is Emily Hardesty. Congratulations. I'm glad that you also did this competition, and it was so nice to hear everything you did for us.
Fairy, I'm still a little stumped on this. I love the dedication and the through line following with the Legolas in this video as well. That made me tee-hee-hee a lot, so loved it. Great song choice, also very, very good song choice for your voice. I mean, I'm really stumped on this one, so I'm just gonna stick with my guns and my gut and say this is Susan Hazard, because she also makes me tee-hee-hee a lot.
Fairy, wonderful. Wow. The cinematography, fantastic. So enjoyed it. I loved when you're scrolling through Instagram and you liked a picture of an elf. So good. My previous guess was Rose Bloom, and it's such a beautiful voice that I still think it's Rose Bloom. I don't have any reason to not think it's Rose Bloom. I could see Rose and Joe both going for it as like a fun little sisterly competition, so I'm going to stick with it being Rose Bloom. Fantastic job, Fairy. Loved it. Loved everything about this week. I loved both performances. Great work.
Fairy, wow. You have really set the standard pretty high. Phenomenal job on the song, phenomenal job on the artistry, and after a lot of Facebook stalking, I agree with Chip and with Brian. You are Emily Hardesty. Fantastic job. Keep up the great work.
Our panelists thought these people were under the mask. Who do you think it is? Congratulations to both Unicorn and Fairy on making it to the finals. Now it's your turn to vote for your absolute favorite performance. Both contestants will be unmasked in the next episode, but only one can claim the title of Cornstalk Unmasked Season 2 champion. Remember that when you vote tonight, a donation of $20 will get you a vote to bring back your favorite character, $30 will get you a link to all unaired performances, and $40 will get you a Cornstalk Unmasked t-shirt. Tune in Saturday at 7:30 p.m. for the Season 2 finale of Cornstalk Unmasked, part of Ignite Peoria. We'll find out the identities of Unicorn and Fairy, and we'll also be bringing back one eliminated character, and we'll have an extra special surprise performance for you. Thanks again for all of your support. Now stay safe, and don't forget your mask.